Where would I put it? God, 5 stars though? 5 stars? Nah, probably not. I cannot get enough of this fucking book. Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Joshana here to talk about some friggin' books that I have rated 5 stars. This has been a nightmare getting ready for, because the tier maker website, we were fighting. I had to redo this fucking tier ranking thing like 3 times. Yeah. So love that for me. But I got this idea. I doubt this person is like the first person ever to do this, but I saw this person, what was the channel name? It just came across my like recommended. Lexi, aka Newly Nova. I will have her video linked below. Not that she needs a shout out from me because she has far more subscribers. But yeah, she did a video ranking every 5-star read she's ever had. So that's what I'm doing. It seemed like fun. I did leave out, there are a couple of books like childhood favorites that I left on because they are childhood favorites that I read a shit ton of times as a kid, or where I reread them as an adult semi-recently and have a memory. There are some others that I left off, like elementary school, like chapter book, young reader books that I haven't read since I was a fucking kid. I maybe read them twice. I don't remember at all. And I didn't think it was like very fair to leave those on here. And then also there were a couple of nonfiction that I don't really rate nonfiction in that way anymore. So I left those off as well. So here we go. At the top is Screaming from the Rooftops still. Books that absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, I know this is still 5 stars for me. Even if I haven't reread it, some of them are probably going to be ones I have reread. But even ones where I only read it once, but I just fucking know that like it will still be a 5-star read, and I love it. Every time I think about it, I'm just like, oh fuck yeah, that book. And then right below that is Solid, love it. These are just solid 5-star reads. Maybe I don't scream about them all the time, but I do think on them fondly, and I believe if I did reread it, like it would still hold up and still be 5 stars, right? Right below that for me is ones where I'm like, I mean, I think so. Like, I think it would still hold up, but honestly, like, I haven't reread it recently, or I read it for the first time a long time ago, and like, maybe it wouldn't be, but I think it would. And then right below that is TBH, probably not. Ones where I'm like, maybe I was being a little bit generous, or it was so fucking long ago, and my reading tastes have changed, where I'm like, this type of book probably wouldn't be 5 stars if I reread it now. Right below that is Whomst the Fuck. Don't know. Books where I'm like, I don't fucking know. I like could not tell you if this would still be a 5-star read. Don't know. And then below that is LOL what no. I put not and I meant no. Let me fix that. Yeah, these are ones where I don't think this would be 5 stars anymore. What was I thinking? I don't anticipate that I'll have very many down there. I don't know, because I'm pretty stingy with 5-star reads. So, like, there's a ton of books that I give 4.75 stars or 4.5 that I would technically round up if I had to, that I could have included here, but I didn't. Because, yeah, I'm pretty stingy with it. So I don't think I'll have any where I'm like, God, no way would that be 5 stars. So let's just get into it. And I do have some that are, like, multiple books from a series, but not, like, every book from the series, so we'll see. The very first one here is such a book. Court of Mist and Fury. This one, I'm going between I think so and TBH probably not. A Court of Mist and Fury was my favorite from the series, which is not surprising. That's most people's favorite. And when I'm talking about the series, I'm talking about the original trilogy. I did not continue past Court of Wings and Ruin, and I didn't even really love that one that much. But yeah, Court of Mist and Fury, but I know my tastes have changed a fair amount, and I've like tried so much like romantasy in recent years that it just doesn't tend to work for me. So if this is one that I'm like, now, if I read this, I might be like, fuck this, I'm out. Like, I don't even know, I don't know. I still, maybe this one would though. I'm gonna go with I think so for Court of Mist and Fury. God, 5 stars though? 5 stars? Nah, probably not. This one, I think if I reread it, it would probably still hold up as like an enjoyable read, I think. But 5 stars? Nah, I don't think so. And then Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah, also, okay. I don't think I'll have any in the LOL what no. But maybe Court of Thorns and Roses could go there. I don't know. I'm going to put it in probably not. A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This is one where the series I DNF'd. The second book I didn't like all that much, and then I just never even wanted to pick up the third one. But that first one was pretty fun. But 5 stars? I mean, it might. I think so. I think it probably would, because I remember really, really enjoying that. Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. This one, I'm leaning towards Screaming from the Rooftops still, but I don't know if it's one that I like scream from the rooftops about necessarily. I really liked it. I read it twice. I have 2 copies of it, right? Yeah, 2 copies of it. I really enjoy it. Solid, love it. This one is this Changeless or Blameless? This is Blameless by Gail Carriger. This is book 3 of the Parasol Protectorate series. I don't remember, honestly, that whole series I've read twice. I've read the first book, I think 3 times, and I've read the whole series twice. The second, third, fourth, and fifth books, though, like the plot of each one, couldn't really tell you what the plot of each individual book was. So I don't really remember this individual book necessarily. So I don't know. I think so. Like it probably still would because I just love that series and I love those characters. So probably. Oh, this is a nonfiction that I meant to leave off, but Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. I don't know. I'll leave. It's on here. So solid. Love it. That was a really solid. And I listened to the audiobook and yeah, it was really, really good. Catching Fire, Hunger Games. I mean, Screaming from the Rooftops still. I love the Hunger Games. That holds up every time. And then this one is book 2, Changeless, of the Parasol Protectorate series. I'm going to put that one also in, I think so. Cheese Sweet Home. This is a graphic novel series, and I've read the first 2, and I really like it. It's so fucking cute. But like story-wise, would I give it 5 stars? I don't know, honestly. I'm going to say probably not. I don't think I would. I don't know. I think it was so fucking cute. Like, the artwork and the little kitty, it's so adorable. So I think I probably wouldn't, though. I don't know. Maybe I would, but I doubt it. City of Brass, I'm gonna say... God, is this a what no? Yeah, I think so. I think it would still be high, but I just can't reread it. Dara, I simply cannot. So, yeah. City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. Obviously, Screaming from the Rooftops still. I cannot get enough of this fucking book at all. Dear Martin by Nick Stone. I'm gonna say I think so. I've kind of got a bad taste in my mouth for Nick Stone in general just because of some online behavior and stuff, but that book was short and to the point, and I thought it did a good job of like talking about what it was talking about. Gonna sneeze. Oh my God, I just sneezed so aggressively. Anyway, Dear Martin, I think I would still give it 5 stars probably, but I don't know. I'm gonna say I think so. Technically, this is nonfiction, I guess. I don't know. Diary of a Young Girl, Anne Frank's diary. I've read this so many times when I was a kid. I'm gonna say I think so. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not like a fiction book to like rate, though. I probably wouldn't normally rate it. I'm just gonna say I think so, I guess. Dowry of Blood, solid, love it. Definitely, the writing in that is just beautimous. Oh my God, another nonfiction. I thought I took all the fucking nonfiction off of here. Enchantment, The Life of Audrey Hepburn. It's a biography about her. I mean, I love Audrey Hepburn. So this one, I don't really remember, so I technically should put it in, I think so. But I know I love Audrey Hepburn, so. Jane Steele by Lindsay Fay. This is one that I read once several years ago, like 2017 or 2018, I want to say. And I don't know. I would need to reread it, but I think this one would still be, let me put it up here. I think that would still be 5 stars. I'm pretty sure. Julie of the Wolves is one of the only like childhood books I left on here because I read that so many fucking times as a kid. At this stage, I haven't reread it recently. I do actually want to reread it like soon. But, so I don't know for sure, but I think it would probably be solid, love it still. And just from my childhood memory, like I said, there's some that I had where I only read them once where I'm like, I don't know, even as a kid, like, if I read it again, would I have rated it 5 stars again? This one I know. I know, especially when I was younger, every time I reread it, I loved it. So I'm going to put solid, love it. Ring Shout, solid, love it. Absolutely. Novella, horror, historical fiction, fantasy, horror, fucking solid. Definitely. Shadow of the Wind, Screaming from the Rooftops, 100%. Reread that earlier this year, and the obsession was reignited, hence spending way too much fucking money on this one edition of it. It's up there with City of Girls as far as a book and a series, the whole Cemetery Forgotten book series, that I just, oh my God, I love so much. I'll Give You the Sun, Screaming from the Rooftop still. I haven't reread it super recently, but I have read it 2 or 3 times, I think twice. And oh my God, the writing, the authorial voice, the use of language, Jandy Nelson, please write more fucking books. Like, please, 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 for the love of God. Someone write more books and someone publish them. I swear, I need it. Truman Capote in Cold Blood, I'm gonna put whomst the fuck, because I don't fucking know. I read that in college, I think, or right after college. So, you know, like 15 plus years ago. And I mean, maybe I would, but I have not a clue. Could not fucking tell you. Ian McEwan, Nutshell. I have only read that once, I think. Did I read it twice? I might have read it twice. And it's been a couple years, though, since the last time I did read it. But, so I don't think it's Screaming from the Rooftops, but it's definitely solid. Love it. That book is so fucking weird, but so funny to me. Oh my God. Hearing Voices, this is one that's like kind of art and like doodles and like poetry-ish. And the artist, God, now I cannot remember his name, Brian Andreas. I have 4 prints, some from this book and some just from, he just did a series of prints and stuff, in my guest room, like framed and hung up. I love these. I think they're so funny and like, I don't know, whimsical and whatever. It's like his kids saying stuff, and he like writes down like funny things his kids say, but like in this poetry form with these like crazy doodles. And they're very like whimsical and silly and nonsensical, but sometimes really poignant and like moving. And I really like this. I haven't read the book in a while, but I'm gonna put it in solid, love it. Station 11, this is a book that's so weird because I've read it now 2 or 3 times, and every time I have been like, yeah, it's solid, it holds up. And then promptly, like a few weeks after reading it, I forget basically all of the plot. Like I know the overall, and I remember like snippets of scenes, but characters and all that, I'm like, yeah, I couldn't fucking tell you. But it holds up, so I have to put it in solid, love it. The Battle Drum, Screaming from the Rooftops, still, I love that series. Now I Rise, I'm gonna put in I Think So. That's what's that, the 3rd one? Oh no, that's the 2nd book in that series. I don't remember really, so I think so. I'll put it up here because I really did like that series. The Bad Beginning by Lemony Snicket / Daniel Handler. This series, I had a bunch of the books from this series on here. It's like 13 books in the whole series though. And I loved it when I was younger. And it didn't even come out when I was like super young. I think the first book, when did that first book come out? 1999. So I was in 8th grade when that first book came out. And I just was obsessed. I love that. I think it's so funny and witty. The writing is just so clever and I love it. So I have to put this in solid, love it. For sure. Age of Death by Michael J. Sullivan has to go in Screaming from the Rooftops. That one I think was my favorite of the entire series, if I remember correctly. And it's not most people's favorite. Like, most people are like, ugh, that one kind of is annoying. Like, I loved it. So, Monstrous Volume 3 specifically, don't remember. I gotta put it in whomst the fuck. I would think I would, because I love Monstrous. Yeah, I'll put it in I Think So. Because I love Monstrous. I just don't know what specifically about that volume, because we're on volume 8 now, and I haven't gone back to like reread all the earlier ones. I don't know. The Alchemist by, what is it, Paulo Coelho? Coelho? Pronunciation, apologies. This one, I only read it once, and I don't fucking remember. It's like philosophical and shit, right? And like motivational. I don't know. I think I gotta put it in Whom's the Fuck. Because I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe I would think so, but I don't know. The Demon King by Cinda Williams Chima. I have reread this one like in the last few years, and it holds up as far as I really like it, but 5 stars? I don't know. I'm gonna put in I think so. I don't know, because I'm not real sure, honestly. The Little Prince by someone French. This one, okay. I didn't love the book as much as I liked the fucking Netflix movie that they had that I think is gone now, which is a travesty. I want to get it like on DVD if I can. And I read the book after watching that movie, and honestly, I don't know if I would 5 stars, the book. I don't know. Probably not. Put it up here though, because like leaning toward I think so, but probably not. Age of Empire, Michael J. Sullivan, the last book in that series. Got to put in Screaming from the Rooftops. Son of the Storm. Okay. This is one, I really liked it. And I think what really stuck with me is it's fantasy. It's adult fantasy. And typically adult fantasy doesn't really like do much for me when it comes to the authorial voice and like the writing style and like use of language. I don't know. I just personally, I don't find a lot of adult fantasy that like hits that spot for me with that specifically. And usually it's fine because I like the world, it's interesting, or I like the characters, it's cool. But that thing that I get from like City of Girls or I'll Give You the Sun, where it's like, oh God, this sentence is so like cool and smart and like unique. And towards the end of Son of the Storm, there were some lines like that. And I think that might be like what really hit me with like, gotta give it 5 stars, right? So I don't know, rereading it, I want to reread it soon because I have the second book now. And I want to reread the first one. I think I'll probably listen to the audiobook and see if like the book as a whole holds up as a 5 star. 'Cause I don't know. I'm going to say probably not. It could, but yeah, I'm going to say probably not. I don't know. I could be wrong. Oleander Sword, solid, love it. I got to put that up here. Probably... yeah, in front of Dowry of Blood, but after Ring Shout and Amina. Sky is Everywhere, solid, love it. Maybe right there from memory. I've only read that one once, so that's another Jandy Nelson. Just the words she puts on the page are fucking stunning. The Railway Children is another one from my childhood that, again, I haven't read it as an adult, but I read it many times as a kid and loved it. So I gotta put it in solid. Love it, I think. Down here with Julia the Wolves. T.J. Young and the Orishas by Antoine Bondelay. This first one is kind of like middle grade, but it's young adult fantasy, like contemporary fantasy. And I thought it was really fucking good. I liked it a lot. I don't love a lot of that like age range anymore. So it especially stood out that I did have such a good time with it. And it's like a genre I don't typically love. So I'm going to put it in solid, love it. Women of Chateau Lafayette. Definitely solid. Still love it. This was really, really good. Historical fiction. What Souls Are Made Of by Tasha Suri. And yeah, solid. Love it. Where would I put it? I'm trying to hurry because my fucking phone is going to die. Probably right around here. Yeah. The Hunger Games. I mean, yeah. Fucking love The Hunger Games. The Night Circus. I'm going to put probably not. I don't know. I read that once, pre-booktube even, long-ass time ago. I just don't know if it would be my taste anymore. The Final Strife, Screaming from the Rooftops, absolutely. Prisoner of Heaven by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. Yep, right up here with Shadow of the Wind. Those are my 2 favorites from that series. Really the whole series, though, is Screaming from the Rooftops, but those are the only 2 that I gave an official 5 star. I think one I gave 4.75 and the other one I gave 4.5 maybe. Wuthering Heights. This is one of my favorites, right? It's my favorite classic, but I don't know that it's like Screaming from the Rooftops, honestly. because it's like a problematic fave, you know? I don't consider it a romance at all. It's just a disaster, dumpster fire of terrible people being terrible to each other. And it's just like a drama soap opera that you like can't look away from because you're just like, what's gonna happen next? These crazies. But I gotta put it at least in solid love it for sure, because I mean it's one of my faves, you know? And it's what Souls Are Made Of is based off of or inspired by. It's a reimagining of. Chosen and the Beautiful, solid love it, / Screaming from the Rooftops. I've only read it once. I'm gonna put it in solid love it. Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. I reread this recently and I still really liked it. Honestly though, like 5 stars. I mean, I guess I did reread it, so I'm gonna put it down here though, because I feel like it could be maybe I think so. The Reluctant Queen by Sarah Beth Durst. This is book 2 of the Queens of Renthia series. That was my favorite of the series for sure. So I'm gonna put it in I think so. Like I would think that I would still give it 5 stars, but don't know. House on the Cerulean Sea, TJ Klune. I fully, every time I talk about this, I make sure to say, I understand that there's some controversy. Not everybody appreciates this book. When I read this book though, my experience reading this book, the story of family, of belonging, of acceptance, it brought me to tears. It's so cute and wholesome. So I have to put House on the Cerulean Sea up here. Why is it doing that? Making it like weird shaped, whatever. And I Darken. I need to reread this. I need to reread this whole series, honestly. I feel like I have to put it in I think so. Because I read it such a long time ago that it like right at the beginning of my booktube career. So like 6 years ago now, where I'm like, my reading days have changed a fair amount. So I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I still would rate it 5 stars. But you know, you never know. Crazier things have happened. Nolan, yes, solid, love it. Where would I put it though? Behind Oleander Sword, honestly, I think. Soulless, Gail Carriger, Screaming from the Rooftops. Gotta put it up here because it's just one of my faves. I fucking love it. I love Alexia Terabati. She is my fave. The Paris Wife by Paula McLean, right? This is historical fiction about, who's it about? Is it Zelda? Is it I think it's F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife, Zelda, right? This one, I don't know. I don't fucking remember it really. So I think I gotta put it in Whomst the Fuck. Because I honestly could not say if it would be I think so or probably not, because I don't really remember much about it or my feelings on it, other than I remember that I rated it 5 stars. But I don't remember why at all. So we got to put that in Whomst the Fuck. So there we go. There we have it. Several still up in the higher rungs, which is great, and it's pretty much all ones that I've reread or read recently, so that makes sense. Yeah, I'm very curious though about those I think so ones and the TBH probably not. We'll have to see. Maybe someday I will do like a reviewing this or coming back to this to like ones that I've reread, like rereading my 5 stars to determine if they're still 5 stars type of thing. And we'll see, you know? Yeah, my phone's about to die, so I gotta be done with this. Hopefully this was a fun time for y'all. Let me know down below if you have a similar experience with like having some 5-star reads that you're like, I don't know if it would be or not. I feel like it's probably harder if you are a little bit more free with your 5 stars. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I think I'm pretty stingy where like there's not that many that I'm like, God, absolutely not. Like, what was I thinking? You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty dang like, it takes a lot for me to give 5 stars most of the time. I've tried in recent years to be a little bit freer with it, but I don't know how successful I've been in that. Oh, Lord. It would be interesting to look at all my like 4.75 and 4.5 ones to see how many of them I feel confident about like rounding up to 5, or somewhere I'm like, oh, maybe it wouldn't be, you know? Anyway, that's all. Comment down below, leave a little emoji if you just want to say hey and help me out with the algorithm. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.